All right, you're not seeing double. What I have here is Tanager 2024 and the brand new Tanager 2025. Is this new one better than the old? Only one way to find out, right? Let's blind them. Let's go. Welcome back to Old Fashioned Ways. I'm Doc Martinez, and I am blessed to have both the 2024 and the 2025. Boxes look similar, so let's see. Let's see which one's this one. This one is the new 2025, so that means this is the 2024. As you can see, a lot of this, we've already drank a lot of this one, or should I say shared a lot of this one, and this is last year's, my last bottle of last year's, which I'm very low on as well. But only one way to find out, is this new one better than this last one? Now, Miss Nancy Fraley herself said that the last year is considered kind of kindergarten compared to this new one. There's an extra year of flavor, a different mash bill from last year, a little bit more of the red corn in this one, more closer to the white corn than last year's. And hey, Miss Nancy Fraley is what she's talking about. So let's see if my palate prefers the new one or likes the other one. Now, I just did a review on this new one. If you haven't seen that, I will leave a link for it right here. So I poured these out in some black glasses. I don't know which is which. We'll just kind of mix them around for a while, and I don't know which one's which. I never want to know. I want to give an honest review and see which one I like better. Yesterday when I was doing the review on the new one, I had remembered that the last year's was a little bit sweeter. I hadn't had a pour of it in a long time, and I still haven't, so I'm kind of curious. I had a pour of this one yesterday. Is it going to stick out to me? Am I going to be able to tell them apart? I'm a little bit worried about that, but hopefully not. Hopefully they're pretty close. But let's just start off. Let's go in. Let's just mix these up a little bit more. And smell this one first. The Tanager. Just such a goodness on the nose. Very similar on the nose. This one has a little bit more on the nose than this one. A little bit, like more in that nose, but very similar. So on the nose, it's very hard to tell apart. I just think this one has a tiny bit more aroma to it. Not saying that it's better, just more aroma to it. So, all right. I made them in here so that I couldn't tell the difference in darkness or anything like that. I didn't want to be biased in any way. So I'm gonna start off with this one. My first drink of the night. Once again, no palate warm up, but that's okay. I'm gonna go back and forth for a little while before I make my decision. So let's go in for this one. Nice, dark chocolate. For some reason, actually, I got a little bit of mintiness on this one that I don't remember getting on either one of them before, but a little bit of mintiness on that tongue this time. All right, let's go in for this one. Both of them just good. Sometimes we have one linger over from the next. That second sip is always a little bit better. Both of them were just excellent. Right off the first sip, I couldn't tell the difference on them. I couldn't tell you one from the other, but that was a warm-up palate also. So I'm gonna go in, leave it in my mouth a little bit longer, kind of just taste a little bit more, and then start giving you some tasty notes I have. A little bit tannic, a little bit of that, that cherry, a little bit of darkness in there, but a little bit light, a little bit of citrus. I had mentioned yesterday that in the beginning I tasted the citrus and kind of went away. Let's go in for this one. A little bit darker, a little bit more darker chocolate, a little bit more leather notes. Okay, now after that second taste, after going back the second time, I'm thinking that this is the 2025, this is the 2024. But right now, I like both of them. I don't have a clear-cut winner yet, so I'm gonna take a little bit more time, kind of go in them, cleanse my palate in between them, and then give you my final thoughts on it. So, all right, we're gonna fast forward through this. Let me pop this open. All right, now coming back, sipping them back and forth a little bit. I'm gonna go in for it again. More tannic, more leather, more dark notes, more of the flavors that I remember tasting yesterday. So I'm pretty sure this is the 2025. More of a milk chocolate, more of a sweeter, some of that citrus notes in there as well. So I feel like this one is the 2024. A little bit sweeter, a little bit lighter, a little bit, brighter on the tongue. A little bit more aged, a little bit darker, a little bit of leather notes, a little tannic, a little bit of extra spice that this one didn't have. So that's what I'm thinking. As I said, I'm thinking this is 2024, this is 2025. I like the sweetness. I like that. I like the flavor. I like the differences. I'm starting to see the differences. I'm starting to see that this is great sipper. I love this one. It's still one of my favorite pours. I'm just going to go in for another sip. And I think that one last year paired with the cigar perfectly. Now this one, I feel it's a little bit drier, a little bit, I don't know. I kind of want to smoke a cigar with it. Maybe this weekend, if I get a chance, I'm going to do that. because I want to see how this pairs with the cigar, because I felt like this one paired with the cigar perfectly. But it's like neck and neck. This is like when we run those duck races and they go neck and neck and neck and neck. And I feel like each one is a pour for a different mood, a different day, right? I feel this one, if you want something lighter and just soft and just to sip on, and also compare a cigar, perfect. This one, if you want something a little bit more aged, a little bit more mature, a little bit more dark, a little bit more leathery, a little bit more tannic. But that being said, I have to choose one over the other, right? I love the 2024, but just at the end with the last part of the duck, because those duck races are coming out, this one coming from behind, and this one pushes forward just to win by a little bit, only because it's more complex. It has more oil. It goes over the tongue more. It kind of just has a nice long finish that I'm enjoying as well. So, am I right? Is this the 2024 and this the 2025? Well, my winner is 2025. Yep, the 2025 won. But just, man, Miss Nancy Fraley, another home run. I love both of these. These are just two of my favorite pours now. Two of my top 10 favorite pours for sure. And I'm still loving last year's. Last year's is still living up to the hype. Still one that I would just go. I wish I had more of, so I can go back to. But I'm glad I got this one, so I can enjoy it this year as well. Wow, a lot closer race than I thought. I thought there was gonna be one a lot farther ahead, but I'm happy with both of them. I honestly am. So, well, my friends, thank you for joining me on another journey down my whiskey rabbit hole. To our next journey, my friends. Cheers.